I have a topic that I really wanted to discuss, and this is one of those topics viewer discretion is advised. It's got a little bit of mature content. Anyway, the thing is, I was watching something on Instagram. Actually, it was Instagram, yes, and it kind of disturbed me a little bit. And I wanted to talk about it. And the aim is not to bash anybody, but it's just to pass a point across. You see, the thing is, I was watching this thing, and the topic that was going on was somebody advising how we can actually make out with our wives. Not, I did not say fiancé, I said wife, because no matter how much we get advanced, the command of God still stands, right? Sex out of marriage vows is wrong. It doesn't matter whether you're the only one who will stand with that truth, but it is just what it is. We cannot modernize the word of God to fit into our lifestyles. We need to adjust our lifestyles to fit into the word of God. And so I'll continue with the topic. So it advises that actually, the advice on this video was we can actually be intimate with our wives when they're having their menstruation period. The only thing we have to do is just protect ourselves. And the one question that I had for myself was, okay, it doesn't matter whether the year is 2019 or whether we are in 2015 or whether we are in, whether we are in 2050 or maybe even 2060. The thing is, if I believe in God and God tells me strictly avoid this, 10 years down the line or maybe 20 years down the line, I'm not going to come and try and change that. And these verses are so easy to trace. There is a verse in Leviticus 18 and the verse is number 19. That's easy. And in the Quran as well, there is another verse which is Suratul Al-Baqarah, which is the second surah in the Quran, that is 2, and the verse number is 222. So the thing is, no matter how you look at it, there is a reason God said you shouldn't approach your women when they are going through this. You see, it's not just about satisfying an urge. Yes, there is a lot of maybe scientific explanation into it, like, okay, it reduces the cramps, it reduces all these things. But come on, there is no harm in giving your wife a break when she's going through her menstruation period. Even when a woman, you yourself as a woman, you need that break. And actually, it's very interesting when you go deeper into the topic, because what it says is when you actually make out with a woman and she is going through her menstruation periods, her tissues are a little bit weak. So what happens is, whether you are protected or not protected, there's those shreds. You'll shred her a little bit, depending on how intense or how whatever your love making is. And when you shred her, that blood is still coming out, and that blood sometimes is contaminated, and it will lodge into those small tears, and it can cause some craziness inside of her. What I mean by craziness, it can cause maybe some injuries, it can cause some illness or stuff like that. And we don't even need to get into that. For me, I believe when God says something, do not even approach it. Don't even dare. It doesn't matter how modern we will get. It doesn't matter whether we are going to get into 2090. The word of God still stands the same. And that is something that we should always carry for ourselves. The word of God does not get modern. Let's not try and modernize the word of God. You see, sex out of wedlock will always be wrong. No matter how we look at it, no matter what justification we give, no. Sex out of wedlock will always be wrong. Choose right. Choose to stand with God. Even if you're the only one who's standing with that truth, stand with that truth. Stand with that truth. And know that God is the one who He is, and He's the one who knows. He's the one with our accounts. He's the one who knows what is going to be our end. And the moment that you choose to follow His word to the core, God will guide you to it. And He will deliver you from a lot of sins. He'll deliver you from a lot. But we have to take that initiative. That's why we've been given the power of choice. We choose either to do right or we choose to do wrong. So stand with the truth. Don't modernize the word of God to fit into our lifestyles. No. Let's perfect our lifestyles to fit into the Word of God. And exalted is He in might, He who is able to do all things. And all praises and all glories to Him. He who holds dominion over all things, the all-wise, the all-knowing, the exalted in might. All praises and all glories to Him.